I think that's the way to unlock
So
the,
this is
baby.
what I'm gonna do. The random ending, where I'm gonna flip a coin for every decision and see what happens.
Nice.
All right, let's go.
Let's just decide right now. Heads is going
A
to be
soft
you do
wind
what he
blew
says.
outside
Tails
and
is
perhaps
not.
rain started.
Before
And if it
heads,
did,
heads,
it stopped
same
shortly
ending.
after. Stanley hoped that he
Eventually,
would
I'll
one
just
day
take it from
see
his hand and go,
Worth.
Tails, statistical probability of that is so low.
That.
So was Jacob getting resistance like 4 out of 5 times in the game we played resistance, but I mean, that still happened.
Yeah, it was the same two guys.
Yep, it was. That was ridiculous.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, I do what he says. I don't do what he says.
That's not a coin.
He's not doing what he says. He's
Right
finally
door it
breaking
is.
This was not the correct way to the
Perhaps
meeting
not every
room,
choice
and
is going to
Stanley
be as
knew it
obvious as
perfectly
fucking
well.
one goes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
This
by
is
the
fun.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Admire the fuck out of this, though.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here,
Sigh.
drinking it all in.
Oh, wait. Drinking it all in or walking away? Flip a coin. Flip them.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating
Wow,
that even though
time
all
passed.
your co-workers
Holy
have
shit.
mysteriously
It's
vanished,
now 11:25.
here you sit looking
What
at
time was it
these
before?
chairs
It was
and
like
some
10:15.
paintings. Really worth
Stanley got lost for a bit, and
We've been admiring this room for
Stanley's
like,
been admiring.
But like,
the
if
room.
I'd worked here for years and I'm wanting to go to
At
the
this point,
meeting
Stanley's
room,
obsession
and I
with
would
this
go
room
left.
bordered on creepy. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
why are you assuming that you need to be in his mindset?
What?
Be in your mindset. What would you do?
What would you do? What would you do knowing
Look,
that?
Just go based purely off instinct. Don't put any thought into it.
That's what I usually. That's
Yeah,
what
this
I-
room's cooler. Look at it. It's like a big warehouse, and there's like this funny sign here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I just realized that that's a reference to the mind control.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Dang.
This is nice. I like this room.
It is a nice room. Have fun.
Such elevator.
Do not drop off.
Do I die?
I would assume so.
I mean, that makes sense.
Most people die when they fall from that. Yeah.
At least on the concrete.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
What else?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I
I
realize that
believe you, I
investing
just
in your
don't
trust in
wanna
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Well, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What? Who is she?
Who do you
This
think?
is it, Stanley.
My
Your chance to redeem yourself.
wife?
To
Daughter,
put your work
girlfriend,
aside.
mother, aunt?
To let her back
Sister?
into your life.
Mother-in-law?
She's been waiting.
Is this a Jamie Cersei thing?
Oh, has he found?
Boxes!
Has he found?
Parkour! Parkour! Alright.
You found the jump in the game, by the way. Good job.
I found the jump.
That is the jump.
Aw. Damn. Her. Who is she? Who is she? I mean,
You'll
he's
find
right.
out.
He's right in that I've forgotten about her, because I have no idea what the fuck. I have no idea who she is.
Who was that person?
It is pitch fucking black, by the way. So
Yeah.
you have fun with that. It's not a horror game, I promise.
Oh god, Jesus.
That's her, Stanley.
That
You
actually
need to be
scared
the
me.
one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in an... Oh, no,
This is the
no,
first
no,
ending
no,
I
you
got.
can't...
This
Did
is?
you just unplug the phone?
Wow.
Well, that
I
wasn't
did.
supposed
Wait,
to be a
did you-
choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't
Let me
either.
double check.
What?
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions
Suck
were
it.
supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second.
Free
Did
will.
I just see...
Free will.
No, that's not possible.
Free
I
will.
can't believe it.
Free will.
How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
Talking directly to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Believe
you
I was
got
so
it.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If
Oh,
you'd
shit.
made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
He's gonna
It's
murder
as
me.
though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on
Wait,
safe
what?
decision-making in the real world.
I mean, I
Please
need it, but,
observe
like,
this
what?
helpful instructional video.
What?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly,
that
can
on my
also
first
be
date.
the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could
He's gonna
spend
hit his
years
pocket. He's
helping
jacking
improve
himself
the
off.
quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world
Is he still
nations.
jacking himself?
Or he could systematically set
he's about
fire
to.
to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his
What?
house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
I did
yourself
that the
speaking
first
with a
time, and I
person who
was
does not
brutally
make sense,
murdered.
in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, it's 4:30. I'm about to have snap, crackle, and pop.
Backstab.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Pay me like one of
Most
your
medical
criminals.
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
8.
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
What the fuck?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What?
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to
hell's
do
going on?
would have been. This way, please.
I don't think he understands what narratives do. Because this is not a problem with narratives. This got some sincerely profound
You're
stuff
breaking
going
down
on.
reality, Jacob.
Stop it.
He's not a real person. He doesn't make sense. Don't forget.
For fuck's sake.
Basic rules.
Jump.
Aww. Well, I mean... guardrails. Thanks for that.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and
Yep.
dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Yeah, but that
we just need
feels
to
so
get you
familiar.
home as soon as possible before the
Grandma.
narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright.
All the safety measures.
Yep. You can hurt yourself.
I mean, yeah. Can I... Yeah! Jump number 2!
Jump count.
Boxes are
1, 2, 3.
have fun.
What does that say?
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop.
I'm not allowed to loud. Oh, I'm sitting, so I guess I'm fine.
You're not allowed to loud.
Nice.
I can speak English.
All the Englishes. You're not gonna let you make a bad decision.
They're not gonna let you make a bad decision.
Thick toothpick.
Really?
Well, like, I just want to talk to someone on the phone.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again,
Number
and you'll be
1.
home free in the real world.
D&D?
I don't think.
High five?
High five?
High five?
High five.
Oh, thief. It's mad at us.
Indeed.
Time is
It's
best.
the same time.
That's because it's the same clock.
I think the clock's broken.
Clock's probably broken.
I want to see if.
You should do what he said.
You should do what he says.
All right.
It's
Well,
not.
when we come back, I'm gonna do what he says. But in the meantime, I want to see if the minute hand changes. So we're gonna wait for that to happen. So buckle your seatbelts.
It's coming on.
Oh.
Be here any second now. Oh, look, it didn't.
Surprise!